Dublin Airport is well run. Kevin Tone's a good guy who runs the airport, but they have to make their own decisions. And they decide next year that they've had 3 years of record. The place is filling up pretty quickly. Maybe they're right not to have a growth discount, but it just means, sadly, we won't grow here in Dublin next year, and if we don't grow, I don't think anybody else will either. But that's fine. That's their decision. Our decision is to just shift some of the aircraft away. But it's not, don't worry, you're not going to be cut off here next year. The problem with shifting some of that capacity, like to Shannon or Cork, Shannon, Cork, and Knock, to an extent, are a struggle. Like, those airports are not doing particularly well, and that's not their fault. It's just the real challenge for all of those airports now is Dublin. I mean, Dublin has so much choice, it has so many routes, it has so much frequency on all those routes, that the catchment area for Cork, Shannon, and Knock is now becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Who would have used to go to Shannon, now they couldn't be arsed to go around Limerick and drive to Dublin in 2 hours. Where they have a better choice, more frequency, lower fares. Same thing in Cork. I mean, the same issue if you live in Mitchelstown, Fermoy somewhere, where you go down through the tunnel, out the other side to get to. Now, Cork is well served, say, to London. It's 4 flights a day with us, and maybe 3 with Aer Lingus. But any of the other routes is 1 a day or something. So the real challenge in this country is Dublin is going to eat everybody else's money. You see it by the sea, I use so much money. Because people are no longer taking train journeys when you have motorways the whole way to Dublin. So the opportunity for us is not to shift capacity out of Dublin to Cork, Shannon, or Knock. I mean, we've already grown the last number of years in Shannon and Knock quite strongly. It's to shift that capacity. Some will go to Belfast, but most of it will simply go to elsewhere in Europe. Some of that will finish up as we open new bases in Europe. I mean, if we open up a new base in Europe somewhere that's not connected to Dublin, we can be certain we'll connect that back to Dublin. That's just what we do here in Dublin. But the big growth that we've been delivering in Dublin for the last, and we're going to grow by over 1 million passengers in Dublin this year. That's stop for next year. That's all. Something we'll come back and revisit the